To the latest now on Biden's border collapse, Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas in a new video warns already historic border numbers are likely to rise while telling migrants considering traveling to America not to come. Roll tape.
The bottom line is that U.S. borders are not open. Individuals and families continue to be subject to border restrictions, including expulsion. Do not come to the border. Do not put your life at risk only to be sent back.
Joining us now is August Pfluger, Congressman of the House Homeland Security Committee. Good to see you, Congressman. Thank you for being here. Just a basic question. How do you deal with an administration that's simply not grasping reality?
Well, David, Secretary Mayorkas, unfortunately, has repeatedly come before Congress and told us that the border is secure. We know it's not. The American public knows it's not. It's shocking to see the failures of this administration. We have literal terrorists that are crossing our borders. Just this week, we learned of a plot to assassinate George W. Bush. We learned of a terrorist that was released by DHS, and it took 2 weeks to pick him up. And we now know, because of legislation that I led over the past 14 or 15 months, that there are 35 people who have been apprehended between ports of entry that match the terror watch list. We have 620,000 known gotaways since Biden took office. How many of those people match the terror watch list? That's the frightening part.
Now, you're a former lieutenant colonel. Are you still in the reserves in the Air Force?
I sure am.
Okay, so you are a colonel. So congratulations on the appointment and thank you for your service. But you were also in the National Security Council under President Trump. What do you make about a Department of Homeland Security that could create such a breach of security that would allow these terrorists in?
Well, they've completely abdicated their responsibility to keep our country safe. And I've long said that the president has 2 jobs. 1, make the country more secure, and 2, make it more prosperous. He's failing at both of those. But our security, the security of every American at every single night, depends on the administration doing their job and taking it seriously. And it took the court of public opinion and the literal courts, the federal courts, to reject the notion that Biden could even get rid of Title 42. And that's just one of many things that they failed to do. It's time for us to take this seriously. The Biden administration needs to reverse course and actually keep our country secure.
Congressman, you mentioned that Americans know that the border's open. They've seen it open, particularly if they're anywhere near the border, that you know it's open. And I would go even further. The people to whom Mayorkas was talking in that video, the migrants themselves, they know it's open. I mean, the word is out. My wife is from Central America. We have a lot of contacts here. Everybody knows in any country in Central America that the border is open. Who do they think they're kidding?
You're absolutely right. They have communicated loud and clear to the trafficking organizations, the cartels, the criminals, and that's why they're making billions of dollars exploiting the lack of security. You know, I was there under the bridge last summer when 15,000 Haitian migrants came to Del Rio. What a tragic moment. It's going to get worse. And I've said before and have been sounding the alarm bells that just like in the pre-9/11 days, the system is blinking red right this second, and we have to take it seriously. It only took 19 people in the 9/11 attacks, and yet this year we have 35 people who've matched the terror watch list. What is it going to take for the administration to wake up?
Yeah, I don't know the answer to that. What I do know is among other Americans who've woken up, the Hispanic community has woken up. I mean, they have completely flipped on Biden, not only despite his policy on the border, but I would say because of his policy on the border. Hispanics who work here desperately to come here and legally and to do so, go through all the rigmarole you have to do. And I know very personally how much rigmarole there is to become a citizen, to get a green card. They don't want people jumping the line.
Well, you're right. And I think everyone in the United States should watch the Rio Grande Valley, should look at the elections that here in Texas, we have the possibility to have 3 Latina women elected to the House of Representatives. That's a massive and historic moment for Texas, but it's because of the failed policies on many things, but mostly on the border.
Yeah, absolutely. Congressman, I wish we had more time. I want to talk to you about the economy. which doesn't seem to be going through anything but rough spot after rough spot. But we've got to leave it at that. August Pfluger, thank you very much for being here. And again, thank you for your military service as well.
Thank you so much.